Hello, hello everybody. It's Christine coming to you live from the Cards by Christine studio. I'm in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and I'm very excited to be with you tonight. And we are going to make a card tonight. So that's exciting. And it's not really even tonight yet. It's still only 6 o'clock. There's a lot of daylight left, I think. So that's exciting. So who's happy that it's Friday? I should say Friday. Did we wait a long time to get to Friday, didn't we? Did it feel like a long week to you? Because it sure felt like a long week to me. I'm just gonna pull up my page on my phone here so I can follow along with comments as you girls chime in and follow along with me tonight. So just give me a hot second here and I'll get that pulled up. Here it is. So there we go. Okay, I've got you. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Chris. Thanks for watching. So my phone plays the comments like super fast. And in this, the Switcher Studio app that I have, they have a little spot here for them, but they just don't come in as fast as they do on my phone. So I always like to have that up and ready to go. So did you girls have a good week? Did you have a good Friday? Are you excited for the weekend? Any big special plans for the weekend besides probably yard work or cleaning? Rhonda, you are definitely on time. I would have to say that you were probably on here right even as I started my first sentence, which is so awesome. Yay, good job. Tonight's not going to be a long video. We're going to basically make a card, and I'm going to show you gals some of the products that are available with the suite of products that we're going to be working on. And I'm going to announce a couple winners from the last 2 Facebook Lives. We did the memorable mosaic card 2 nights ago, and then we did the perennial essence one yesterday. Hi, Angie. Thanks for joining. How are you doing, Angie? It's Friday. Yay. So I was applauding by myself, but you heard me, right? So then at least we're applauding together. So I do have a couple cards I'm going to give away after tonight, or after the presentation tonight. And I hope I don't forget. Let me make myself a little note. I have a bundle that I'm giving away at half price. So let me put the note on my paper and then I won't forget. So if I get down to the end, girls, and I forget, you know what I'm gonna do? Just give me 20 seconds. I actually have the bundle here and I'm gonna put it right by my chair so that I don't forget to give it to you, like to announce it. So, okay. So I've got 2 cards and a half off bundle that you girls, the half off bundle is going to be open to anybody who's interested in it. And I'll do a drawing for it on Monday night. And I want to give everybody the weekend to post on here to see the video to know that I'm giving it away. So for half off. Yay. It's actually new catalog product. So fun stuff. So thanks for letting me know you're watching, girls. Are you ready for a card? I hope so. Okay. So Rhonda, I know you've made this card before because this was the last card of my June monthly class that we did almost a year ago. Isn't that crazy? So I'm going to flip the camera down and you girls can see the card that we're going to make tonight. This features the Bird Ballad Suite of product. So we're going to be using the stamps that are part of the set and these stitched hexagon dies. So Angela's probably counting here. These aren't the rectangles, but these are still stitched. So are you girls starting to notice that I love the stitched framelits? I just can't get enough of them. So that's the card we're gonna make tonight. And these products can be found in the annual catalog. They're on pages, I don't know if you can see it. Oh my goodness, there it is, page 90 and 91. And the left side here has samples, and then over here, we have the different products. So the stamp set is not called Bird Ballad. It's actually called Free as a Bird. And we're gonna be using the stamp here with all the 4 little birdies on them. And we're gonna use the hello. And I'm gonna teach you hi Jessica, hi Kelly, hi Bonnie, hi Diane. Thanks for joining, girls. We're just getting started. We're gonna be stamping this leaf in Versamark to get a tone-on-tone look. So it creates a cool background by stamping this in Versamark on your card. So some of you girls that just joined in, This is the card. Some of you have made this already because this was from June's monthly class. But what I'm going over is the products that we used for it and then where it can be found in the catalog. So it's the Free as a Bird. Hey, Sarah. Free as a Bird stamp set. Hey, Peggy. Now, what's weird about this stamp set is that the bundle doesn't have dies that cut out these images. It's like one of the first times that Stampin' Up! Actually like didn't have the actual dies to come out with. Oh, is my camera stuck? Oh, we're back in chat. Okay. I might have had like a little frozen action with the camera, but I think we got it back and I can see that I'm moving, so that's good. So thanks for sharing, Diane. I appreciate it. All you girls too, I appreciate you sharing the video. Okay, so I think we're back in action. And this is the stamp set, and the dies that go with it are actually called Stitch Nested Labels dies. And I know there's a little bit of a glare there, but what's awesome about these is they fit and nestle. Hey, Carol, they nestle inside of each other. So they alternate, like that's one and then that one, and they go back and forth. And they create cool borders and cut out images. But they don't really like outline any of these. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Ruth. So there's a really cool outline here that creates like a line look. Hello, Jennifer. Hey, pretty lady. Good to see you with me. So this is the bundle. And if you buy this as a bundle, you can save the 10%. So the bundle itself is, I believe down here for $51.25. You can buy them separately as well. Hey girls, thanks for joining. Okay, so what else is in here? There's some designer series paper in here. This paper is gorgeous. If you like flowers like I do, I just want to go through some of these pages like this one right here. Thanks for sharing, Rhonda. This soft like blue sky with these flowers is gorgeous. You could actually take like your stitched circles or stitched ovals and like cut out the scenery on this designer series paper to get that cut out. You could also fussy cut around that if you like to. On this side is a bright yellow. Then there's one here. This one is the flowery pattern. Super, super pretty. On the back side, it's keys actually, but you really can't tell that. So if you didn't like the keys, like you really didn't tell that till I got close up with it. This pink one is my favorite. That's what we use in the card. So this color is like petal pink. And then the back side has the birds, doves probably. I'm not a big bird person. I don't know all the different types. So if I say something wrong, just go with me. Here's another bird one. I like the stripes on here. So if you girls were working on that Easter basket and you didn't get that striped pastel paper, this would have been great as well for the Easter basket. Okay, let me see what else I got in here. There's feathers. So that one's super cool. The back side has bird cages on it. And there's one here that has feathers. The feathers, oh, that's the same one, haha. And I don't know, I think I might have gone through them all. So stripes, yep. Okay, so just know, if you're ever curious about, I put this into a different packaging, but on the back of your designer series paper, if you're ever wondering what colors go in the paper, it lists them back here. So like it says basic black, basic gray, Bermuda Bay. So if you can't remember what the actual color is, just look at the back on this white piece of paper and it'll tell you the color. Super, super cool. It helps you be crafty. All right, what else is in here? The laser cut cards and tins. Girls, I have to be completely honest with you. I got this. Hi, Karen. Yes, Bonnie, I love that paper too. I got this and I got a big glare going on here. I'm trying not to have it glaring at you girls. So we're just gonna put that there. It still glares. This tin is cool. I got it. I never really did anything with it, but this is probably gonna be one of the items I'm guessing that doesn't carry over. A lot of the items that don't carry over are like consumable products. And so my guess is that this tin is not carrying over. So if you want this before inventory starts running out of stuff, you might want to get this. But this would make a great gift to put cards in. This has in it these laser card note cards. And then there's envelopes that have like the scalloped edge to them. And these have a laser cut in them. So like a laser cut pattern. So if you have, I'm going to grab Jennifer's card here. If you put like a colored cardstock in the middle of that, it really makes the outline pop like crazy. So there's this pattern, and I believe that is the only pattern. So I believe you get like 10 of each of those, Hi, Elaine. Hi, Sue. Thanks for joining, girls. Okay, so this is the note cards and then the tin envelope or the tin container that comes with it. There's also some really pretty ribbon and some trinkets that come with this suite of products. So these trinkets are the Bird Ballad trinkets, and there are, let me see if I hold them in my hand here. You can see there's a flower, there's a key, there's some leaves, and I believe there's a little bow here. So there's 4 different styles of trinkets that you can get. If you girls have used these in a card at all, let me know. I have them. I don't think I've ever used them. So the last thing is this really pretty ribbon. Now this I have used. This is the scalloped lace trim. It really adds a nice little fancy edge. So if you have like a piece of paper like this would be super cool to put behind it to give you like this lace edge look on your card. So this ties pretty bows too. It's very pliable and it goes to where you want it to. So that's nice about this ribbon. It's vanilla. So a lot of times, like when you have a white card, you want to use white ribbon, but when you use your vanilla, this really complements nicely with the vanilla. So, okay, so that's everything that's in the Bird Ballad Suite that's down the page here. You flip over and here you can see all the pretty patterns of the paper, and then the stamp set is here. Hi Sue, thanks for joining. It's so happy that you're here with me. Elaine, you're not too late actually because we're just getting started right now. So Jennifer said she used the flowers with the stamped image. So very, very cool. All right, so are you ready from the trinkets? Okay, got it. So are you ready to make a card here with me, girls? So this is refresher for some of you that did the monthly class with me last year. And if you didn't, then this is new. But otherwise, I'm curious, you girls that made this card with me, did you hand it out? Did you keep it? What did you do with it? In class, I gave people the option that they could choose between blue or pink. The blue is the pool party color. Do you know that I was like thinking as I said that? And then this is the petal pink. But again, the same color for the birds, just different DSP matching with different paper. So in this card too, this one I stamped hello. This one I stamped thank you. And then the one over here, it says hello, and there's actually, like you could even leave it blank. I think in class, some people left it blank, which is completely fine too. When you leave it blank, then you could basically stamp whatever you want. So, all right, I'm gonna pull out the correct, let's say, I'm gonna guess it's that one. So this is the right one, so I'm just gonna set that off to the side. Do you girls see how I have my magnet sheets here? And it helps keep them so they're not falling all over the place. And I'm going to take this card out of the plastic so that you can see it without the glare. And, all right, we've got a piece of Whisper White here. This is just big enough to be able to die cut out the hexagon. And then I've got a piece of the braided, this is called the braided linen trim. So this isn't part of the suite, but I pulled this in. This is in the annual catalog. This is part of it's just part of the ribbons that they have in the back. And I don't know if you can see, if you don't have this is a very nice neutral color that adds to any kind of card. The DSP here, the designer series paper, is 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. And I have 2 pieces that are basically, they're the exact same size. They're your traditional mat. They're 4 by 5 1/4. And I have a piece of petal pink here and a piece of the Whisper White. The white will go on the inside and the petal pink goes on the outside, like that. And then crumb cake. I love crumb cake. Who loves crumb cake out there? I am a big crumb cake fan. Espresso, crumb cake, are my 2 go-to colors. So we got your traditional mat here, which is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. And I do have it scored at 4 1/4. So all I have to do is flip that over and grab my bone folder to burnish the edge. Now, one of the things that you have to be very careful is that this is a horizontal card. So sometimes we forget that because a lot of the times we make vertical cards. So when we're stamping the inside, we just want to make sure we keep that vertical. Okay, so here's a super, super cool technique for you that if you're wondering about what you can use your Versamark for. So this is the leaf from the stamp set. This is a Versamark pad. A Versamark pad, it's water-based, but it's a gooier ink pad. So it's like a pigment pad, kind of like this is the pad that you will use when you're doing heat embossing. And I know that we did that in one of our lives a little while ago, but one night coming up next week, I'll do heat embossing. But this is a very, very cool pad. So like, let's say you don't have, hey, Naughty Nancy's in the house and Dawn Funk. So I don't know if you girls can see it. Let's see if I can get this right. But right here, you see there's a leaf right there. And if I flip it this way, there's leaves. I don't know if I can get it in the light, but there's leaves decorated all around the back of this. And you get that soft, delicate look by using a Versamark pad. A Versamark pad is really colorless. And so when you emboss with it, hey Dar, when you emboss with it, it doesn't pick up any colors, but you can see how shiny the ink, that like it's just a gooey ink pad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stamp a set of leaves off to the side here, and I'm gonna set another one up here like that. And then I'm gonna do one coming out the side here like so. Yes, Naughty Nancy's in the house. Give her some love, everybody. Naughty Nancy, you gotta be sitting a little naughty for us here while you're watching the video. I know you got some commentary you can add because you're definitely naughty. Okay, let's see if you can see this. So I've got two leaves going that way, and I've got 3 leaves coming out the side here. So now you can see what just stamping with Versamark, you can create soft backgrounds without using any color of ink. So isn't that super cool? So that's another use for your Versamark pad, to use that just for creating backgrounds. Now when you use the Versamark pad though, it's super, super gooey. So I like to stamp off, and when you grab your chamois or your Stampin' Scrub, you really gotta hold it and clean it good, because that goo, it just stays really gooey. So that's just a tip we're cleaning when you use a Versamark. So you wanna get that cleaned up really good, okay? So don't let it sit on there. All right, so now we've created that background. What we can do now is we can adhere our piece of Designer Series paper to the bottom here. So I wanna show you something. When you're putting cards together, you can change things up a little bit. Like in this case, I had just a little bit of DSP left, and you can see it wasn't the right length. It was actually shorter than what I wanted. And instead of not using this piece of paper, I just bumped it up a little bit and had more of a blue margin along the bottom here. So I didn't waste that piece of paper. So just because it's a little bit shorter, it's okay. So, hey Kathy, thanks for joining. Hi Katie. So I'm gonna flip this over, and we're gonna add a little bit of my liquid glue to the back, my adhesive of choice. You girls can use whatever you like. In this case, I do notice that there is an up and a down pattern. I feel like the branches are coming up this way. So I'm gonna make sure I adhere it going that way. And now when you stamp, or when you adhere that, as long as you cut your paper good, it should match up really good. And I'm just making sure I'm all straight. Now, thanks for joining me, Katie. Nice to see you here. So now we have a little bit of the trim. I'm gonna teach you a trick. Most of my gals that come to class know this already, but for those of you who don't, this is awesome. So normally what you'd do is you'd take this ribbon and you'd wrap this around and you'd end here, and you just go around it twice. Well, I like to be a paper or a ribbon saver. So what I do is watch this. I'll use my tear and tape like I normally would. And in this case, I've only cut enough ribbon to go around basically the front twice. So what I'll do is I'll line up this one right on top of my seam here, and I'll follow it all the way to here. I'll bring it around and attach it to the back of my tear and tape. And then what I do is I just bring it right back this way. Now, if you see that the ribbon has this little bit of fraying action going on, and it's doing that right in the middle of where you would see it. So I'm gonna back this up a little bit more so you can't see that knot right there, or whatever that was. And now bring it to around the front. And you should just be able to attach that little tail to the back. So you're basically not wasting any ribbon in this middle section, so you've just saved that. And I know it's not a lot, and if you don't care, then you don't care, but this way, you've just saved yourself a little bit of ribbon, and you make it last just a little bit longer, okay? All right, so now, me being me, I like to add a little bit more tear and tape right over my ends, just to secure it. I make myself a little ribbon sandwich. I have the ends tucked right between the tear and tape that they will not come apart whatsoever. Thanks for that, Angie. Always little good tips, right? So that's what I try to tell you all my insider trading secrets. Okay, so now I've just prepped that, and I'm gonna go ahead and attach that to the front of my card base here, and get that guy down. Now, the reason I put that extra little bit of tape behind the ribbon is because now it's just gonna stick so much better to the crumb cake where that ribbon is. Otherwise, it would have been like a little bit loose underneath that ribbon. Okay, everybody's with me so far? I hope so. Now we're gonna do a little stamping. As my boyfriend would say, he'd say, are you gonna stamp? We're gonna stamp. And he says it like that just to like tease me, so. All right, so we have here, I've got these all prepped on blocks already. This is a big E block. That's what we're gonna need for the birds. I've got a little baby A block for a hello, and I've got the B block for the little flower. So I like to decorate my inside to match. So what I've done is I've got, you can't see it over here, but got my Memento ink pad over here. So I'm gonna pop a little flower right on the bottom corner here. Now, if you like to decorate your envelopes, you could definitely put the envelope full of flowers, or you could stamp some birds on it. So we got the flower done. I'm gonna set that off to the side. Now here's the trick with this bird. So if you keep this straight like this, you're gonna be crooked as all heck. So they actually kind of sit like that. So one of the things when I'm stamping these birds is I try to make sure my birds are vertical and not crooked. So I remember when I cut this white piece of paper for people, I tried to cut it big enough so that if people stamped it like this, that they could still like die cut it out the right way. So now that is a bigger stamp. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put the stamp flat, like upside down. And with my Memento, I like to wiggle a little bit. Hey, Stacy. Okay, I'm gonna wiggle that a little bit and get that all, you can see I've got it all inked up good. And again, when I go to stamp this, I'm stamping it so that my birds are vertical. I don't want drunk birdies that are tilted all off to the side and falling off their branches because that's not fun. Well, I mean, it probably would be kind of fun to watch it, but you don't know why they're doing that. So, okay. So do you see how I stamped that? I pushed, gave good pressure, felt like I was having a baby. I just pushed as hard as I could and made sure that I got ink all over the place. Okay, now that's done. And now you're wondering about the hello. In this case, I would not stamp the hello now. I'm gonna actually do a little die cutting, and then I'm gonna come back and put the hello on. Because if I stamp the hello, I might not get it right. So I'm gonna cover up my ink pad for right now. Make a little room. You girls are laughing at my comments. That's funny, isn't it? Okay, so here's our stitched hexagon. And I'm gonna make sure when I cut this out, I wanna make sure that I have a little bit of leaf showing there and a little bit of leaf showing there. Okay, so, all right, girls, drum roll. We're gonna pull up the big shot without knocking anything over or causing any dominoes to happen. So look at this, big shot, 2 nights in a row here. Okay, I'm gonna try not to shake the whole table. All right, and I have the magnetic ink pad, the magnetic platform there. And now this is where we're going to get this lined up. Now this die is pretty strong and it's sticking to the magnetic platform very, very nicely. I don't think it's gonna wiggle around on me either. So in this case, I am not gonna pull out my painter's tape to hold it. Okay, so hang tight, girls. It might be a little bit wiggly. Hi, Jay. Thanks for joining. How's everything up in your neck of the woods? Did you girls get some snow today up there? Or did you get some snow, I should say, up there? So we were lucky today, no snow. Yesterday we had snowflakes on and off, but I heard that some people got snow up north. So, okay. Big shot action is done. So I love, this is like one of my favorite parts. Elaine, you're drinking wine right now. Look at me. I poured myself a beer. I'll have a drink with you. Mm-hmm. Girls, I had to pour myself a beer before I got started tonight because I'm like, it's a Friday night and I just needed a beer really bad. So I'm having a blue moon with you. And if you girls want to go grab yourself a drinky drink, we can drink together. It's Friday happy hour right now. So thanks for that, Elaine. I needed a drink. So it's your new hobby. It's my hobby too. I am not playing bartender this time. Yes, everybody needs a hobby. Stamping and drinking is good. Okay, so one of my favorite parts about, it's really funny, but one of my favorite parts about die cutting is actually like popping the pieces out of the dies. I don't know if that's crazy or what, but I love like doing that. So it's like a satisfactory thing to like pull that out of the die. I don't know. So is anybody else like that? So what's cool about this, I gotta show you this. This die actually leaves stitching on the negative piece here. So this is where it would be super cool to grab that bigger die and you could die cut that out and you'd have the stitching on the inside. So if you don't have the stitch nested dies in your arsenal, another one to get in there, girls. If I had to guess, I would think that this would carry over these dies. I am hoping because they are one of my favorite dies in the catalog. Okay, so this is garbage to me, so I'm gonna pop that in my garbage. Now, girls, you wanna color with me? I'll promise not to be super, super quiet while we color, but I haven't colored with you lately, and I know a bunch of you have been buying the blends, and so I thought, well, this would be good to show you some blend action. So I pulled out some colors here. I've got them here. We've got the dark and the light petal pink. I've got the dark, I got moved all over here. I got the dark mango. I've got a, let's see here, the light calypso coral. I've got dark and light old olive. I've got light crumb cake, and I've got the dark soft suede. So this bird, there's lots of them here. So I'm gonna go to the easiest thing first. For me, that's their little beakies. So I like to use the fine tip. So there's a fine tip and there's a thick tip. When I'm working in tight spaces like this, I definitely do not need to use the big brush tip. I will definitely use the little one. So, hey Pat, how are you? You love this set, yay. Okay, so that's it. That's my dark mango melody. It's great for the beaks. You could have also used probably pumpkin pie. Ooh, Karen, you got a drink, you're drinking a salted caramel cream. That sounds delicious. So, all right, so we got that one done. Pumpkin pie would work too, but the mango melody just popped with more of these springy colors. All right, then we have, what do we want to do? This one's next for easy. This is the dark soft suede. That's what I'm going to use for my branch. And again, I'm using, oh my goodness, girls. I got my camera stuck here. So can you see me or no?